up, YouTube? How are you guys doing? You're looking very handsome and intelligent today. We're going to be talking about the DrDisRespect situation. I have a lot of thoughts about the implications of the situation and all that stuff. So I hope you guys I hope you guys have an interesting and meaningful discussion after this video. Come join us on Twitch if you ever have time, twitch.tv/hex_juice. We stream daily at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's go ahead and get into it. Subscribe. So I'm gonna go ahead, we're just gonna read it, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts. The Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything I can be upfront about, and I'm willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and I, and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I'd never want to jeopardize the culture we carefully crafted. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. So this is where he did some editing. Were there Twitch Whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? This was originally individual minor, and then it was edited to be individual. And then when people were like, bitch, why are you trying to hide that it was a minor? Then he added back individual minor. Were there Twitch Whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. Do you guys know why no pictures were shared over the Twitch Whisper system? You want to guess why no pictures were shared over the Twitch Whisper system? Because there's no way to send pictures over Twitch Whispers. It's purely text. You can't upload pictures. So kind of irrelevant, but go off. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. So, question here. Does the fact that there was not a criminal case mean that A, crimes were not necessarily committed, or B, that things were not morally wrong? People get away with this type of shit with like no criminal charges all the fucking time. This is not proof that nothing bad happened or that he didn't do anything morally reprehensible. And the way that people are trying to, well, is it criminal? Okay, why were you talking to minors inappropriately? Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should never have happened. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll fucking own my shit. This was stupid. Now, with all this said, don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no fucking predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone who truly knows me fucking knows where I stand on those things with those type of people. Fuck that. That's a different level of disgust that I fucking hate even hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I'm not going to say predator or pedophile because we don't know exactly what happened. I think those are words that are reserved for very specific and very special people. Those words should not be reduced by not using them exactly where they are necessary. However, you were inappropriate with a minor. Is anyone really all that unjustified in assuming that that's what that means? You admitted yourself that you were inappropriate with a minor. Is it a leap of logic to assume that about a person when they've been inappropriate privately with a minor? I don't think it is. I think that that is a reasonable leap to make. I'm not going to make it because I think inappropriate messaging with a minor is sort of enough without having to put all these labels on it. But I don't think it's the craziest leap known to man to assume those words to be true in this situation. But I think I've said what I needed to say regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. And then it's just a bunch of, whatever, I'm sorry, I love you, whatever. But trust me when I say this, to all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero life experience, I don't give a fuck about you. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine, but I'm not fucking going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. You were 35. That kind of counts when maybe you were 18 and now you're not 18 anymore. If you were 12 and you're not 12 anymore. You're 35 at the time and you're 42 now. I don't think that really stands up. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear. Yeah, fucking right. That's the whole statement. I guess there's a couple of things that I'd like to say about this whole thing. The first is sort of more so just, where's that cutoff of success where you end up wanting to go do some weird shit with some people under 18? Whatever that level of success is where it's like, all right, I've accomplished everything I want to. It's time to text a minor. I don't want to get there. So let me know when that number is so I can just like cut off, like just start streaming a little less around there. I think the thing that really gets me is the way that people are trying to argue about what is right and wrong and all this stuff. Because the reality is, I think inappropriate with a minor is enough to not really think somebody is like that great of a person. Saying that I'm a different person than I was back then. Bitch, you were 35. 35 with a wife and children. I don't think you get this like, oh, well, I've changed. No, you were 35. I don't give a fuck. First of all, I think DMing community members, I don't really love it. I don't personally do it. For me, as a woman and as a VTuber, I just don't message community members because 9 times out of 10, anytime I have ever done that previously in my career, it's just ended up with people being fucking weird. Like just super duper fucking weird. Not that everybody's a creep, but like anything you want to say, you could just go ahead and say it publicly. That's totally fine with me. I think maybe messaging your fans can be different for different people. Sure, I guess. I don't personally approve, like I don't do that, and I don't like recommend anybody else do that. Realistically speaking, the second that you know that that person is not 18, why the fuck are you talking to them? Privately. What situation does a grown person need to speak to a child privately on the internet? Shared hobby maybe? A 35-year-old with a minor? He doesn't, as the biggest face on twitch.tv at the time, he doesn't have anybody better to share his hobbies with than a minor privately where no one else can see? I'm sorry. I don't think adults that like, it's different if it's somebody that you know in real life, like if it's a family member or whatever. Just a child on the internet, like what the fuck do you have to say? As an adult human being, the second it started to get inappropriate, but I mean honestly, the second you knew they were a minor, why were you talking to them? But the second it started to be inappropriate, why would you keep going? Like, what the fuck is that? Because people keep on being like, well, we don't even know, like maybe he didn't know that they were a minor. Why would that not be in the statement? Why would it not be in the statement where he talks about what happened that he knew or didn't know that they were a minor if he didn't know? Also, if this was found through his Twitch whispers because people were reading through his Twitch whispers from Twitch, how would they have known that he was talking to a minor? How did Twitch know that they were a minor? You don't have to be honest about your age when you make a Twitch account. The only way they would have known by reading through those messages that it was not an adult is if it was in the messages. Like, that doesn't make any sense. He should have cut that conversation the second it got weird. There's so many people like, well, it was just inappropriate. It's not criminal. It's not bad. Like, I don't care. And it's like, dude was messaging a minor privately, inappropriately. Like, what the fuck else do you need to know? Dude was messaging a minor inappropriately. Full stop. I don't need to know anything else. I don't need to know exactly what age. I don't need to know exactly what he said. I don't need to know exactly what the conversation was. I don't need to know fuck all. If it was my kid, if it was my son, if it was my child, and there was a 35-year-old man messaging them inappropriately, I would be disgusted. But like, if it was his kid, would he be okay with a 35-year-old man talking to her? Would he be comfortable with that? Or would he go, oh, fuck no! Who the fuck is this dude? Hopefully I know the answer to that. There's something else I'd sort of like to point out, which is really weird and gross and scummy of Twitch to cover this up so nicely. Because at this point, in 2020, DrDisRespect was more or less the face of the platform. They banned him and covered up the reason to the point where people were like making up stories about it for years. They covered up this situation to save themselves the PR headache of having to deal with the face of their platform being inappropriate with a minor on the platform. Like, not only was he being inappropriate with a minor, he was being inappropriate with a minor on the platform that he was the face of. And like, that's the weirdest, grossest PR move I can fucking think of. That's so gross. It is absolutely a PR nightmare, because how are they gonna prevent that from happening again? Who knows if it's not happening all the fucking time? It's easy as fuck to keep Twitch whispers hidden, because nobody fucking knows that they exist. Nobody uses no fucking Twitch whispers. So how are they gonna prevent this from happening again? They didn't want to have to take accountability for their own platform making that possible, but they also didn't want to have to deal with the face of their platform being like a weirdo. I feel like it's not talked about enough about how bad how bad it looks for Twitch to have covered this up and not have taken accountability for the way their platform contributed to this, because Twitch Whispers is weird and shady. And then additionally, not have DrDisRespect take any fucking accountability either, because DrDisRespect was sort of spinning tales this whole time about how he was suing Twitch for wrongdoing. I don't think it matters if the person is 16 or 17 or 12. Anyone under 18 does not have any business talking to someone who is an adult, much less 35 at the time. That's weird as fuck. I think it is okay when you have people who you idolize. I think that people naturally idolize content creators because that's sort of the point. But the thing is that when we put them on a pedestal, like the way that people put all content creators on a pedestal, but I'm seeing it a lot with DrDisRespect right now, it makes it fucking impossible to handle when something bad happens. You know, you can have acknowledged that you were a fan of his back when you didn't know this information, but trying to justify it as like it not being illegal, or what if they were this age, or what if they were that age, or what if this, what if that. It really shouldn't matter. If you're interested in taking care of children and protecting children and all of that stuff, there's no fucking reason that a grown man should be speaking privately with a child that they don't know just because they whispered them on Twitch. He was big enough at that time where the reality is that DrDisRespect could have done whatever the fuck he wanted. He could have talked to whoever the fuck he wanted. Surely they were adult women that were interested in having conversations with DrDisRespect in 2017. And if you're an adult who is talking to, like, I don't understand why we're trying to justify it. I'm so befuddled by people being like, well, I don't really care if it was a 16-year-old. Why would it be better? Do you remember yourself when you were 16 years old? You were fucking dumb. You're stupid as fuck when you're 16. You're not fully developed. You don't know anything about life. Why the fuck are you talking to a 35-year-old? Why is a 35-year-old talking to you? If he was being inappropriate, he was being inappropriate. I don't really care what the fucking, like, minutia of what that means is. Bro was inappropriate with a minor, period, full stop. Obviously, DrDisRespect looks like a complete weirdo and will always have to deal with the consequences of that on the internet, though sadly it seems like he will never have to deal with the consequences in real life. And people will always stand behind him, which is so fucking weird. When you are not fully developed as a human being, you just kind of can't understand power dynamics. You can't understand your place in the world. You can't understand how someone who is one of the biggest creators on the platform in the world, one of the biggest creators on earth, talking to you as a minor probably feels like the coolest specialist thing ever. Oh my God, I'm getting a tantrum from DrDisRespect. That's so awesome. They're not capable of understanding that, like, that's entirely inappropriate. That it is a breeding ground for being taken advantage of. But anyway, that's kind of all I got about it. I don't know. This is like a weird fucking ramble, but like, dude texted a minor inappropriately. You can decide if that's important or not to you personally, if you just really like DrDisRespect. I've never been a fan because I didn't like his persona. I thought he was annoying. But like, you can decide, I guess, if that matters to you. I think it should. It matters to me. And anybody trying to just defend with all this whataboutism dog shit is so fucking weird. That's kind of all I have to say about it. I've been sort of blown away by the response to this because a lot of people obviously have the correct response, which is like, oh, dude was inappropriately texting a minor. That's all you need to know. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Come join us on Twitch at twitch.tv/x_juice if you ever have time. We stream at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And when you come in chat, you get one benefit of your choice: extra inch on pee-pee, extra inch on height, longer hair, less frizz, better acne, whatever you would like, I grant it to thee as a genie. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye!